So many people would like to start an online business because they can see the power and the freedom it would produce. And if what I say next applies to you, then this video is going to help you greatly. There's so many people who have the passion, they have the desire, they say, you know what, yes, I'm going to take the steps. I want to take the steps to start an online business because I know having sales roll into my business 24/7 without needing to clock in and clock out or work 50, 60, 70, 80 hours a week would be great. And this happens to so many different people. They may start down that pathway, but slowly but surely they end up reverting, going back to what they were doing previously, and they don't get the results. I want to talk about in today's video why that happens. There's 3 things you need to understand, and I'm going to start with the first scenario, which is most likely the scenario that you are in, and it will explain so much as to why this keeps happening to you, so it doesn't happen anymore. So I'm going to draw something here which is so significant. So this is what happens to most people, right? There's 3 types of people. The first example is what the majority of people are like. You know what, I'm gonna make this red, right? This is what the majority of people are like, right? This happens to them, and we're gonna have a sad face here, and this is somebody who, let's do it like this. All right, so you got this first guy, right? This is the first person, and this is like symbolizes like 90% of people, right? 90% of people. So this is the majority of people fall into a category like this. This is the type of person I was talking about at the beginning of the video. Someone who has a desire to do something, but finds themselves reverting, going back to what things were like previously, not being able to get it done. It's almost like it's impossible for them to do it. It almost basically is, and there's a reason why, right? Which is what I'm explaining now. So this is the first individual. This person is sad, etc. Now the problem with this first individual is, right, I'm going to draw some hands. 3, 4, 5, right? And let's draw a second set of hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. The reason why most people find themselves passionate, having good feelings at times about, you know what, I'm going to start the business, I'm going to sell the product, I'm going to create the content, I'm going to create the ads which will pay me back. The reason why they will have those desires or have those thoughts, and when it comes to actioning it out, even if they do get to action in it, it doesn't work for them, or they just stop, right, is because 90% of people, the majority of people that try this stuff, they focus on, right, working with their hands and feet. If you analyze the stuff that you've tried over and over and over and over and over and over again, which just didn't work, it's because of this. It's because when you try to attack this thing, when you try to get the result, you are focused on doing it with your hands and your feet. You are so focused on the physical side, right? The physical action. And that's obviously problematic on so many different levels. That's what the majority of people do. That's why the majority of people don't get the results. And I'm going to show you the stage before this, which is so much more significant. And there's less people on this particular rung of the ladder, if you want to put it like this, right? But it also applies as well. And this place is actually rather tricky, right? So I'm going to do someone who's yellow here in this particular scenario, right? And this individual, the reason this is a tricky scenario is because this person is almost there, right? This person is almost there. So this person isn't sad. They have a normal face. And let's just say this is about 9%, right? 9% of the people who are in the world will probably fall into this category. Now, one more thing I'll say is, I mentioned this previously, right? Just to even make this simpler, the majority of people, 90% here on the right, they focus on what to do. Their whole focus is on what to do. Hands, feet. Tell me what to do. If only I do what to do, I will do it. But then they find out what to do. They buy the product. They buy the service. They watch the piece of content, and then they go and try and do it, and it's almost impossible for them to do it. It's because they fall under this first category. They're focusing on what to do. And people who focus specifically on what to do, they focus on hands and feet, right? Which is not what you want to do. Not first anyway. Now this second group, about 9% of people fall into this category. The reason why this is a dangerous place to be in is because you've come to that realization, you've had the aha moment, and you've realized, okay, you know what, I can't do this just by focusing on what is it that I need to do, right? It's like, I was talking about this the other day, right? This is a good example to help you understand this. How many people in the world know that in order to get in better shape, they need to eat the right type of foods, have discipline in regards to the portions of food that they eat, and even just doing basic exercise. You don't even really need to do exercise, right? About 6-7 years ago, I lost 40 pounds in 6 months and I didn't work out once, right? So food is significant. How many people know this though? Many people know this, but why don't they ever get the result? Why do many of the people start a diet, then stop a diet, start a diet, then stop a diet? Why do so many people lose the weight and then put more weight on and even more, right? I was hearing someone speak the other day and they were saying, you know what, look, I've been doing really good in regards to exercise. I stopped exercising and the weight has come back. And I was turned around and said, you know, and I just said it like in passing with interest. And then they concurred. Why? Because I've been in that pathway. I've got that t-shirt so many times over and over again. That's because so many people are focusing on step number 1. Do. Okay, I'm going to work out. I need the special workout. I need the special eating plan, etc. It's not the eating plan. It's not the working out. The reason why this second section right here, the second person, is also significant and it's dangerous is because you realize that just working with your hands and your feet isn't the one. That's not what's going to produce the result, right? And that's a very powerful position to be in, but also at the same time, it's dangerous because it's not all the way there. And this person here, right, the key thing in regards to this person is they are focused on, I'm going to represent this with a heart, right? This is a heart. These people are in a much better position than the majority of people because they're not trying to work just based on hands and feet. They understand that it's not just about what you do. Before what you do, what's actually most significant is what you believe, right? Because when you think about it like this, right, people who do things, whatever they're doing, is only based on the beliefs that they hold. When you fully understand this, it's mind-blowing. Like, it's mind-boggling. It's so transformational. And this is why I said previously, so many people that are in this category, they're in a dangerous position because it's very powerful, but it's not all of the way. There's something which comes before this. But so many people, right, don't realize that your beliefs dictate what you do, right? If I didn't believe this was helpful content for you, I wouldn't make it, right? That would be me going against what I believe, basically. And you have to think about it like this, right? If whatever you believe is going to showcase itself in regards to the physical actions that we take. So I say to my children, I say this to people all the time, right? Don't just focus on what you say, because people can see what you do, and that speaks louder than anything that you're saying. So people can really see what you believe without even talking to you. And that's why this is so significant. So you've got people who focus on about 10% or about 9% of people focus on what they believe. And when you focus on changing your beliefs and not just focus on what am I doing, that will take care of what you do. And it gets you closer and closer to actually the success, the results that you actually want. But it's not the only way. And this thing which the 1% do is how all of the results materialize for so many people in the world. So in order to do this, let's change it. Let's go green, right? We've got our red, yellow, green system here. So 1%. So now we have another individual. And this individual, he's happy. And of course he's happy because he's doing the right thing. And what I'm going to do is I'm even going to do, he's flexing, right? He's got big bulging biceps because he's doing the right thing. Now, he's not focused when he's trying to get results about what he's doing. And he's not even focused on changing his beliefs, because he understands, or she understands, that changing what you do doesn't matter. You can change your diet for 6 weeks. It's only a matter of time before you go back to your previous diet. You can change your beliefs, which are better than changing your actions, because if you change your beliefs, it will in turn change your actions. But the step which is before beliefs, which is so significant, is this right here. And in order to do this, what I'm even going to do, let me move this down a little bit, because I want to draw. All right, let me just, no, I don't like that. Give me 2 seconds. All right, cool. I'm gonna do squiggly lines, and let's see how long it takes you to get what this is, right? This is the difference. This is the difference. I'll even do this, right, to make it even easier, right? The people in this scenario, the 1%, don't focus on changing what they do. They don't even necessarily focus on changing what they believe, even though that's very vital. Before you focus on what you do and what you believe, this all stems from what you think. So if you think about it like this, you have to analyze now where on this diagram you are, because there's only one of 3 scenarios for anyone, right? And we're all in one of these particular scenarios. You are either focusing on what you do, which may work in the short term, but it's not going to last for any serious amount of time. You may be focusing on what you believe, which is so much better. Changing your beliefs and focusing on, okay, what do I actually believe, is far much better than, okay, yeah, I need to change what I'm doing, because your beliefs shape what you do. But in order to have a belief, what you get before you believe is actually thinking, your thoughts. And this is why the Bible always just blows me away, because from the beginning to the end, God is trying to get us to realize over and over again, meditate on my word, renew your mind, right? This is the thing which matters most. What you are thinking in here, or what you think in your heart, right? Your thoughts turn into beliefs. So the thing that you think about most, the things you think about most create the beliefs that you have. So when it comes to you getting a result, let's say for example, starting an online business, I wouldn't just focus on, okay, yeah, I need the strategies, I need to know what to do. I would focus first and foremost on, okay, cool, how do I change the things that I'm thinking? Because where one person is thinking, I don't want to start this business because I'm just going to fail, like it's not going to work for me. We've all been there before, right? What do you think those thoughts continually are going to create? They're going to create a belief that starting an online business won't work for me. And when you think about that long enough, and then you create that belief, that turns into the actions that you take to make that a reality, or inaction, not taking any action to also make it a reality. But now when you flip it on its head, when I work on having the correct thoughts, okay, I'm going to create a successful business. I'm going to find people who can help me create a successful business. I'm going to buy their products. I'm going to buy their services so I can cut out, right, the long, arduous journey. I'm going to skip all the hurdles that they went through and fell over at. I'm going to jump right over them because they're going to give me the secrets, the blueprints, and that's going to get me the results. What sort of thinking does that create? That creates a powerful belief, a positive belief, which then in turn creates positive, powerful actions, which it doesn't guarantee it, but it makes it so much more likely that you are going to get the result that you are after. So when you think about these 3 things, you want to be on the left side of this diagram, not on the right side. But sadly, most people are on the right side, and that's why they try to lose weight. They try to get in better shape. They try to change their eating. They try to start the business and make it successful, but it seems like it never happens. It's because their beliefs are wrong, and it's because their thinking is wrong. And if you want to change what you're doing, change what you believe. And if you want to change what you believe, change what you think. And when you do that, you will start to get more results like I'm talking about in today's video. So hopefully this video blessed you. If you like it, don't forget to like, and I recommend you watch this video right here next, because it will bless you greatly. Go win, and God bless winner.